Are you waiting to feel a bit more ready before you take that leap of faith and actually start taking action in line with your dreams and goals? Today, I want to talk through why waiting to feel ready may actually be the problem in itself. Make sure you stick around to the end as well, because not only do I want to show you why this feeling of being ready may be getting in the way, but also share what you can actually start to do to start taking confident action towards your goals. G'day, Paul here. This channel is all about helping you take confident action, and the things that get in our way and stop us from doing the things that we know we need to do, and overcoming some of these challenges is a huge part of allowing us to be able to achieve our goals. Not being ready is a protective mechanism we put in place to protect ourselves when the circumstances that we're facing feel uncomfortable or unsafe. I think this is a really good explanation. It's going to show up differently for all of us, and whether it shows up as procrastination, a need for us to, or a feeling that we need more education, more information, perfectionism, not wanting to look silly or bad in front of people. There's a whole host of different ways it can show up, but whenever we get that feeling that we are not ready, I think there is some work that we can do there to just uncover what exactly is going on. So what is it that's at the heart of this resistance that we feel towards doing tasks that are in line with our goals? I think a lot of it comes back to us wanting to have certainty on the way that something's going to play out before we've even taken the action. Many of us associate this feeling of not being ready as a feeling in itself. I think what we're ultimately trying to get to this point where we're ready is not necessarily a particular feeling on its own. I think it's more the lack of, or the removal of, the negative feelings such as fear and such as the discomfort that we feel when we are embarking on something new. It's almost like thinking, if only this fear or this negative emotion wasn't there, I'd be ready to go and do the thing that I want to do. If you can relate to that, you're not alone. I know I can. For me personally, it shows up as a fear of not wanting to look stupid. It shows up as a fear of what people are going to think and say. And often in the past, this has prevented me from taking actions that I know I need to take altogether. It really is a thought process along the lines of, if only I can work out every single detail and be certain of the outcome before I take the action, then everything's going to be okay. And when we're waiting to be ready, that's what we're waiting for. So why is this an issue? I can almost hear you saying, and these are my thoughts myself, that if we can think our way to working out what the ultimate solution should look like, there can't be any harm in that, right? Well, the thing is that we can never predict the outcome of anything that we embark on. Now, the more comfortable we become with doing tasks, the more accuracy we can have in determining the outcomes. But even if things we're completely comfortable with, we can never be 100% sure. The challenge we have is that these big goals, these big steps forward that we're trying to make, are often completely brand new processes to us, completely brand new tasks that we're embarking on that we have never done before. We are the complete beginner at these things, and when we do things for the first time, we just have no idea how the experience is going to unfold. In fact, being scared, uncomfortable, and nervous about doing new things is completely normal. I would argue that if you're not feeling scared or uncomfortable about tackling the tasks that you're setting yourself in your goals, maybe your goals aren't challenging enough for you. I remember as a kid going to theme parks and walking up to the roller coaster with a complete mix of excitement and complete fear, looking up at the thing going, am I ready for this? And this relates back to everything we do. We can sit there and wait, but we never really know unless we jump in and do the thing. So if we're never going to be ready, what's the solution? And the answer is to own and accept that fears and discomfort and worry about the outcome of new things that we've never done before is completely normal, and in fact a mandatory part of us growing and learning and developing. I think part of the answer is being courageous. I think it's identifying the activities that are most important to us and in line with our goals, and feeling the discomfort and the fear that might accompany some of the activities we want to embark on, and courageously deciding this is what I want to be doing and taking the action anyway. I think taking this courageous approach and understanding that you are never going to be more ready than you are right now to just jump in and do the thing that scares you most. So what can you do to put this into practice? I think the first part is just notice what comes up. I think, if we're setting ourselves challenging tasks, understanding what we've just spoken about there, that the fear, the discomfort, the anxiety that might pop up with the task that we set ourselves is completely normal, and to see how we respond to it. And with this new way of thinking about it, accepting that it's part of the process, is there a way we're able to bring ourselves to take the action that we're wanting to take? I think the next thing to be mindful of is to pay attention to how big that step is. If the step that you're looking to take seems way too far beyond what you're capable of right now, reduce the size of the step, take a smaller step forward. Find a way to accept the fear, take courageous action, but make the step manageable and make it to a level that you're able to commit yourself to doing and to actually take that action. I touched on this earlier, but the next thing you need to do is allow yourself and give yourself permission to be the beginner. We often are comparing ourselves to industry experts, to people who have been doing the thing for many, many years. And if we're tackling something for the very first time, we are never going to be anything more than the absolute beginner. We need to give ourselves permission to just go and do the thing, to get used to failing, to get used to falling over and coming back and trying again and developing our skill in the thing that we want to get better at. The last thing I want to leave you with today is just to make the act of taking the action, taking that step outside the comfort zone, being ready and taking the action. The taking the action is the win. Particularly with these challenges, as we discussed, if you're the beginner, the end results of the actions, it's going to take some time to improve the skill itself. If we're new at something, there's going to be a lot of falling off the bike. There's going to be a lot of work required to develop these skills that we want to develop, but that's only going to happen by taking the action. So the win is in taking the action and trusting the process of doing the thing, refining the skill, and developing the skills that you want to develop towards those goals that you want to achieve. This really is a huge conversation, and I feel like what we've covered today is just the tip of the iceberg. If this is something that you have been having some challenges with, I'd love to get onto a call and go into a bit more detail about your specific situation. I think our ability to be able to identify some of the things that have been holding us back and to be able to take ownership and use them as motivation almost to jump in and start doing the things that we want to be doing can be huge. And we can have some transformational, life-changing experiences that can come from that. So please reach out. I can be contacted through my website. The details are in the comment section below. Finally, if you're enjoying the content, please hit like on the video. Please subscribe. Please leave any feedback. Any comments, any ideas, anything more that you want to explore. Please reach out and let me know. I look forward to connecting and hearing from you guys. Yeah, that's it for now. See you next week, guys. Bye for now.